Hi everybody and welcome to my Unruly Housewife channel. Today I'm going to look at these, and they are texture tiles. Now recently on a video I was saying that we should look at other places for our tools other than Polymer clay websites, and so I went to look at a British company called Metal Clay Limited online, and they sell these. They're actually Cool Tools, are the manufacturers of these. But yeah, I bought them from Metal Clay Limited. It's not a sponsored video, but they were really good and really helpful to me with their customer services, because I've always got a lot of stupid questions before I buy things. So these are the tiles I bought. Now they are embossed. That's how Metal Clay Limited describe it. Cool Tools say it's reverse, but basically it's sometimes you can get the tile and the pattern will pop out, and sometimes it will go in. And that depends, that will affect how it looks on your clay, if that makes any sense. So for instance, these wings are embossed, which means that when I put them on my clay, they pop out. So I ordered all embossed because I'm nothing if not consistent, and I have found them surprisingly good. My first reaction when I took these out of the packet was to laugh, because I'm an idiot and I just thought they're like real texture sheets but smaller. But in actual fact they are really a useful size, because they're small and so is the pattern on them. And if you're making pendants or earrings and things, you don't necessarily want great big, you know, swirly rubber flowers. These smaller patterns are ideal. And with the textures and a little bit of mica powder, you can come up with some great ideas. And I mean, look at this. This is beautiful. This is this one, which is called Swirly Hearts Reverse. And as you can see there, I've done one where I've just touched the highlights with some gold mica powder. It's Sunset Gold, I think. Yep, Sunset Gold Pearlex. And what a beautiful steampunk kind of vibe you've got here, but without all the, you know, cogs and clock faces. It's a really, really nice finish. And this is it filled in completely on some grey clay. And I think I used, yeah, perfect gold, perfect pearls, perfect gold for this. And it's just such a beautiful thing. And it turns a really rubbishy mud piece of clay into something that looks quite impressive. So I was really impressed with that one. I'll just kind of go through them and show you. This one is called Spirals Mini Embossed. Now I would like to get this, I'd like to get all of them actually in the I don't know, the original pattern or whatever, the non-embossed one, because they would be useful either way. Here are the spirals where I've like caught the top of them with gold, and here's one filled in on the same old piece of grey rubbish. And don't they look great? And imagine that actually on the back of a pendant or something, just to finish it off. What I'd like to do, I'll do it now. If I got the other version, I think you can see there, you'd have like a lovely flat back on your pendant, but just with those swirls embossed into it. Wouldn't that look great? Or front, I'm sorry, you don't have to use that for the back of things, it just occurred to me. I'll put those out of the way. This floral one is particularly nice because I really like the scale of it. It's good to get so much detail at such a small scale. Really impressive. I made this. This was the one that impressed my fiance more than anything. And we are getting married on Saturday and today's Wednesday, so he better be impressed with me by now. But yeah, again, it's really lovely, and I do appreciate the small size a lot. And here we have the sheet with the wings on. It's called Angel Wings Embossed. If you are wondering about the quality of these and you know how good they are, how really spot on they are, because they are quite small, look at this. Now I'm not particularly great at Sutton slice, but look, I managed to do a Sutton slice of these wings, and about my third attempt. It's not the perfect one, but it really does show, because you know, it's not one of my skills, I promise you. It really does show what good quality texture sheets they are. And I did another little one where I just caught the top of it with some silver. In fact, no, it was Perfect Pearls, Perfect Pearl. the colour there. It's very inventive of them. So they are some of the great things and great effects that you can get with those tiles. Now I'll show you how I use them, just in case you haven't seen them used before. And the way I did it was I put some black, this is Fimo Professional, through my pasta machine. I think this is on like number 1. I just put it on top of there, use a piece of greaseproof paper. You might even just be able to use normal paper. I encourage you to experiment. Baking parchment, whatever you call it, where you come from. And I've got this acrylic roll on. I just go over it with the end of it quite firmly. Don't go too mad, but whoops. Or maybe I did go too mad. And just go over it like this, back and forth. Try and keep it even. It's one of the reasons I've done this on number 1, because it means it's going to be quite... 0 is the thickest on my pasta machine, so it means it's going to be quite solid. Because this is going to thin it, obviously. Peel that off. And let's see how we're doing here. Hopefully it would have made a good solid impression. And it has. It's made a really nice clear impression. And in fact I could actually do that a little bit harder if I wanted to, but that's fine. And then I could just take some colour. I'll just show you what I do. I would urge you, if you're using mica powders, to wear a simple mask, because otherwise I find if I don't, it makes my nose sore. Haven't really done a great job of that, of applying the powder. I'm going to pick this up a little. I quite like to curve it a bit if I'm applying powder to the highlights. It's always fun to try and do something where you need to be subtle on video and then post it online for the whole world to watch. I can't believe it's so close to my wedding. It's what, 3 days? I've actually... one of the cats scratched my wrist today, so that's gonna look nice at the wedding. I also had a blood test earlier in the week, so I've got a massive bruise on my arm. I'm gonna look like a zombie bride. As you can see, you get like a really nice effect. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, this is all very well, Val, but I want to be able to make big things as well. I don't want to just make little pendants and earrings, so these are useless to me. Well, not true. And I'll tell you why it's not true. I'll show you. I had this bangle set from tinypandora.com, and part of what came with it was this cuff, metal cuff shape, and this template, lucite, I think it is, template. And this is 2 inches by 4 inches. And guess what? This is 8 inches by 1 inch. So, in other words, I was able to put that on there, cut along here. Unfortunately, I was going to do it with a blade, but I'm going to have to use this. Fair enough. Cut along here. I would use, oh, there it is, look. I would use a solid blade like that actually and cut it properly. And then piece these 2 halves together and obviously trim them so that they were correct and went along there. And then I just cut out a tiny heart and put it in the middle where the join was. So let me show you. In other words, I made this out of 1 sheet of that and 1 tiny little heart cut out of a separate bit, a thin bit. Look at that, it's really cute. Even though they're small, they are indeed mighty. I love these texture sheets. I'm going to order some more. I'm going to order them in the straightforward, non-reversed way. And you know what, they've got so many on Metal Clay Limited. I'm going to order some more patterns, different patterns. I think I'm going to order some of the full-size texture sheets because they do loads of different stuff. And I really do urge people, you know, have a look at metal clay websites and things to get everything, and certainly give these little things a try, and don't sort of turn your back on them because they're small, because, well, I was going to say the strongest poison comes in the smallest bottles. That's not really a recommendation, is it? Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that it's inspired you to look at things, and not everything has to be big, huh? And I love you all. Please wish me luck for my wedding. Like, subscribe, leave your comments down below. Bye-bye.